You can't get to where you want to be unless you know where it is you're headed. So this is all about getting clarity over what it is you want to manifest into your life, what you want to achieve, but most importantly, who you want to become. It allows you to unlock your most empowered self. And in that feeling of empowerment, you're able to create the life that you really deserve.
Just a quick interruption from the video today. We're talking about our sponsors, Aura. As many of you guys know, we are filmmakers and content creators, and we have a lot of sensitive information. Some of you might know that just 6 months ago, I was hacked on Facebook and Instagram, and we lost thousands of dollars. That's why I'm now using Aura. If you've been paying attention for the last year, you've probably seen headlines about the major data breaches. But the worst one of all was a national public data had a breach that could impact every single American. We're talking about 2.9 billion records leaked. That's names, addresses, phone numbers, even social security numbers. If you're thinking, yeah, but Jordan, that's not gonna happen to me. That is exactly what I thought, and that's why I'm using Aura today. Aura is like having a personal security team watching your back 24/7. They monitor your sensitive information, including your social security number, access billions of data points across the dark web and public records. And if something pops up, you get instant alert so you can act fast. They even back you up with $5 million of identity theft insurance. That's not just words, that's a real promise to protect you. Look, I'm not leaving my personal information and my company's information out there for data breaches, and you shouldn't either. Go to aura.com/mulligan or click the link in the description to get your 14-day free trial. That's enough time for Aura to do a scan to see if you've already have data breaches out there. That alone is worth it. Let's dive back into the video.
I've looked into manifestation. I've used what I thought was manifestation like throughout, the last 20 years or so. I've never seen a better breakdown of it. Like, I thought it was fantastic. And I really fully recommend it. Like, if someone wants to go and actually apply manifestation with a structure around it and like be able to sort of have, a hand to hold whilst they're doing it, I think it's fantastic. Obviously, I want people to go buy the book. I think that's the best way to do it. I'm not just saying that because we're sat in front of each other, but what are the 7 steps people can take? And like I say, more detail is in the book, but what are the 7 steps?
Okay, so step 1 is be clear in your vision, and essentially you can't get to where you want to be unless you know where it is you're headed. So this is all about getting clarity over what it is you want to manifest into your life, what you want to achieve, but most importantly, who you want to become. And I think that's the greatest gift of manifestation, is that it helps you step into the character of the person that you want to be. It allows you to unlock your most empowered self. And in that feeling of empowerment, you're able to create the life that you really deserve. So that's step 1. Step 2 is remove fear and doubt. So I believe that, for all of us, what stands in the way of us and our dreams and the things that we desire is fear and doubt. And that's a culmination of our insecurities, low self-worth, limiting beliefs. And this is really a sort of process of undoing the damage that has been done. And this is kind of what we were touching on earlier, which is the starting to work on that self-love, self-belief. And it's an ongoing process. And I think that's what makes manifesting a self-development practice. It's why healing is so essential to this book. And actually in my second book, Manifest Dive Deeper, it does go quite a lot more into the healing process required for this. And I should mention actually that the reason this stuff is the most important is because the secret of manifesting is that we manifest what we subconsciously believe we are worthy of receiving. So yeah, it's the hardest step, but the most important. Step 3 is then align your behavior. And I think this is the step that often gets forgotten, because you can't just visualize what you want and then wait for it to happen. There is no shortcuts here. This isn't magic, although it feels magical. This really is about taking action. And this step is exactly that. It's about stepping outside your comfort zone, taking risks, showing up as your future self, and thinking about, what would my future self do day to day? What would their routines be? What habits would they commit to? How would they allow others to treat them? What boundaries would they have? And I think this is such an important step. This is really about momentum and motivation and discipline. Step 4 is overcome tests from the universe. So this is my favorite step because, manifesting is a real life practice. It's not just that you learn to manifest and then life is perfect. Like, you're always going to be met with challenges, obstacles, rejection, but it's how you interpret them and how you show up to them and persist through them, that really determines where you end up. And so this is about reframing the way that you look at challenges and being able to take meaning and value from them and actually see them as tests. And the test really is the universe asking, how worthy do you really think you are? Are you going to settle for less than you deserve or give up at the first hurdle? Or are you going to stay strong and know that what you really desire is coming? Step 5 is embrace gratitude. Gratitude is another thing that I think gets overlooked when it comes to manifesting, because I think people think manifesting is just about more, but actually it's about making the life that you already have feel as good as possible. And there's so much research on gratitude and then the power of it. There was that great experiment by Dr. Joe Dispenza, which showed where he got participants to practice gratitude 3 times a day for 4 days in a row. And what he found was that their immune system strengthened by 50%. And I really loved when I first saw that and heard about that experiment, because I realized that the power of our mind is not just changing how we feel, but it's changing our actual physiology. There's a real impact on it. And gratitude is amazing for sleep, depression, anxiety. It's incredible. I always say, look, if you guys didn't listen to anything I said, but you just started practicing gratitude, you would see a shift in your life. And from a manifestation point of view, gratitude puts you in such an abundant mindset. And so you will attract more abundance back to you. Step 6 is turn envy into inspiration. Envy is a very low vibrational emotion that comes from a scarcity mindset, a place of lack. And the antithesis of this is inspiration. It says that you have something and I can have it too. There's enough for us all. And is really reflective of that abundant mindset that we need to manifest. And then step 7 is trust in the universe. And this is about surrender. It's about not obsessing over our goals. A big mistake people make with manifesting is they become obsessed, and that obsession very easily turns to desperation. And desperation comes from that fear and doubt that we mentioned in step 2. And so the trick is to know what you want, work hard, believe you're worthy of it, work hard to make it happen, but also just surrender and trust the process that will lead you there. If you're sort of constantly trying to control every moment and every twist and turn, and you step into that kind of desperate energy, I really think you block yourself from receiving. Everybody is manifesting all the time, even if they're not aware of it. Our thoughts and our mindset and the way that we feel ourselves are constantly dictating the reality that we experience. Every day you wake up, you're a different version of yourself. But you decide which kind of version you want to be. Do you want to be better than the person you were yesterday, the same, or worse?